Oh, welcome on board, guys. Thank you for joining me this wonderful afternoon. Welcome to my channel, YouTube channel. Here we discuss about love, we discuss about sex date, we discuss about family issues, we discuss about marriage, we discuss about relationships, we discuss about so many things that affects our families and our relationships as a family. So most welcome, guys. Visit my YouTube channel, subscribe, um, and you get that content that you'd want to. Many videos about this will be coming, and today I want us to cover something on intimacy in a relationship. You realize there are so many things that have killed our relationships nowadays. Remembering in old days, so many things were taking place between the two people, the couple that was taking place that time. And most of the time, the parents did have time for one another. The lovers did have time for one another. They would spend so much time outside there, maybe herding cattle, others doing farming. They had no time for intimacy in those days. But nowadays, for us to save our marriage, we need to be more intimate. We need to be more connected with our partners, and this will help us achieve a lot. You'd sit down and ask, why is so and so happy in his marriage? Why is so and so they are ever together? Why is so and so they are ever holding hands in their marriages, and yours is not working? Those are some of the questions we keep on asking ourselves, and the only answer is in the way we treat one another, the way we become connected to one another, because that is the most important thing. That is what builds our marriages. So today I want us to look at least 10 points that can help us bring intimacy into our marriages or into our relationship. Remember, I'll be handling it not as a pastor, not as anybody, but just an African man who has got some knowledge, some experience here and there to help our marriages which are collapsing. So brothers, sisters, please welcome, and let's walk the journey together. So how do you improve on intimacy in a relationship? You realize there are so many things that are involved, and that which is involved, if it is not activated, they might end up failing the whole thing. So point number one, we are going to look at, let's start by, sometimes you've started a relationship and it's already continuing. So for you to reignite that feeling that you had for one another when you dated way back, for you to reignite that feeling, sometimes it's good to remember, to reminisce the past that you had. What were those things that you are doing for your partner when you met? How you held one another, how you hugged one another, how you cared to one another. Those things are good to remember, especially in this marriage that you are in now. And for you to survive in that, you must remind one another of where you've come from, the good things about it. That will make you become more connected to your partner and become more open to one another. So let's remind one another. Hey, my babe, we started here, when we were dating, we were just walking on the park. You remember how one time you held me on the stairs, how you held me high up, and I felt good. Those are some of the things you need to remind one another. You remember how we went to a certain park, you bought me 1 or 2, 3 items, which made my day that time. You remember that time? When you do like that, your marriage will start being reignited. Your intimacy between the two of you will start being reignited. And at the end of the day, you will save that marriage. Secondly, we know there are so many sex positions that people use. For example, people talk of missionary, people talk of dog style, people talk of so many sex styles that are involved. Your partner could be in love with one style. then you could be in love with another style. But my advice to each and every one of us is, every time your partner wants to try something, please go and try it. And try it positively. Please do not start asking questions. Where did you get this style? Who taught you about this? Those are some of the questions that will kill that intimacy. If your partner loves dog style, please activate and allow him or her to understand how it works. Let him or her learn how it works. If she's comfortable with that, go ahead and do it. If she's not comfortable with that, she can also introduce you to something else she feels better for her. Others will like to sit on it. Others will like to be missionary style. Whichever style you want, please activate it in your emotions. Anytime you do it, do not limit yourself from feeling the pressure involved. Thirdly, there's another thing that is called chaosing. Let me say, in any sex life, in any intimate life, in any intimate time that you're together, the most important thing is when your partner feels your hands. And let me say this, it is good always to make sure your hands or your legs are soft and tender. Anytime you are kissing someone, sometimes if the hands are hard, you will touch some places and the partner will be like, no, that hurts. So please, watch on that. Anytime you do kissing, you're touching one another here and there, the private parts, the neck, the breasts. You need to have tender hands. And if your hands are naturally hard, you can use some, we can use like some applications, say like Vaseline, like any other massage oil. You can use that to make your hands a bit soft and tender for your partner. The fourth item, you need to plan on a sex date. This is whereby you discuss about, we are going to a certain place, say like Malindi, we are going maybe to Diani, and I just want to take you out for sex, nothing else, nothing else. You start planning it from day 1, day 2, day 3. And moving forward, this will help activate the mind of your partner. And this will help him or her achieve what he or she wanted in that sex date. Remember, this is for the whole emotions. If your mind is not connected to what you want to do, you might end up not achieving what you wanted to do. Remember sex, remember intimacy, it's all in the mind. It's not in the size, it's not in anything else, but it's in the mind. What do you want to feel in that sex date? What do you want to experience in that sex life? What do you want to achieve in that? That is what helps you. So sex date is important. Then we go to the fifth item is full connection to each other. Sometimes you do call, you can text, you can leave even a note for you and your partner. Let him or her know how your day was. That communication is important. Every time you communicate to your partner, you keep on updating, my baby, my darling, you know what, today I had a stressful day, today I had this, my boss did blah 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 on me. Every time you do like that, your partner starts to appreciate you. He or she starts to acknowledge, oh, so you don't like being hurt by 1, 2, 3. And from there, he or she will start keeping boundaries. I should not touch my man on this. If I do, I'll mess him. I should not touch my girl on this. If I do, I'll mess her and she will not feel well. So you need to be fully connected. Send that message, I love you, baby. Every time I read your messages, I feel like, oh, the world has come to me. Oh, and heaven has been opened for me. That message that will even make your partner feel like going even to the toilet and back because of the way he or she is feeling reading that message. Those texts are important. Some of us, I know, they cannot remember the last time they were written that text, I love you, baby. Can I take you for dinner tonight? Some of us cannot remember. Why? Because we killed our intimacy. We are married, yes, but we are no longer intimate. We are concentrating on worldly things. Like you want to achieve so much wealth, you want to build houses, you want to buy cars, you've forgotten what God created you was for you to appreciate the two of you, for you to enjoy one another. Remember